ヒーロー D シリーズ
D シリーズ
ディスティニーデストロイです。
D タイム
It's D タイム。
The new elemental hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage is drawing ever closer with Battles of Legends. It is important and is essential to know the ins and outs of the Destiny heroes. And baby, you guys know y'all came to the right place because the name of this channel is... Wait, we are not going to give that intro away just yet. In today's video and tutorial, we're going to go over the ins and outs and intricacies of the main essential Destiny heroes that you're going to be playing. And yes, you've come to the right place, obviously. Michael Bowden, back here again, and I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike. And welcome back to D Time! Had to do a little extra because this is a Destiny Hero video. This is the D Time channel. Hand in hand, let's go. And here, baby, it is always D Time, and in more ways than one. And before we go into today's topics, just a couple of announcements. These D-Time deck boxes, there's nothing but a few left, so go ahead and get them while you can over at dtimeexclusives.com. We want to clear these out. We want to make sure these are completely sold out, which they are almost. The sale end date is the 16th. So as of time of recording, literally tomorrow is the final day that you'll be able to get your purchase for these awesome deck box and any other D-Time related product that's currently live in the shop. It will no longer be live immediately after the 16th, so we got one more day. I just thought I'd give one more day. And as always, thank you guys so much for the D-Time channel membership supporters. You guys are absolutely great. I do not take you guys for granted. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all are the real heroes. All out of the way, finally, let's have our dance with Destiny. All right, so before we break down the Destiny heroes and you are getting into this video and you have not seen the previous two videos about our starters and our extenders, go check them out. They are in the playlist, so that way you can't, I don't want you to miss out learning about the Destiny heroes leading up to the release of the new Infernal Rage. And it's going to be very exciting when he does, and we want everybody up to par on what to do and how everything works, especially and most importantly for the newcomers to hero. And one huge favor from you guys that I would really absolutely appreciate: please like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new, please subscribe. You want to know more. I know a lot of people drop in, they come for what they need, then they bounce. But if you're really vibing with this, go ahead and hit that sub button. It's not gonna hurt. Really helps out this channel. Thanks a lot. Now, finally, starting with the most common one, Destiny Hero Malicious. Okay, so and like probably I would say even probably the most important one. I categorize these guys as your /powers extenders. Okay, they're very important. They lead. They're game-ending monsters. The Destiny heroes, they're game enders. They stand for everything. They stand for everything that they do. Destiny, death, and destruction. They do all of that. Whether they're Destiny, whether they're revolved around the future, or death, meaning that would imply the graveyard and revival, and destruction. They destroy stuff. They tear stuff down. So they do just that, and the core part of that is their graveyard mechanics and all of that. So the Destiny Hero Malicious, he's level 6 or higher, probably the most. I say level 6 or higher because obviously you've got your DPE, right, who needs that requirement, a level 6 or higher hero. And yeah, you banish himself from the graveyard not once per turn, and you can summon himself from the deck. Konami, please put this boy to 3. That's not gonna hurt. Maybe errata him to say you're locked into heroes only if you use him. I think that would be totally fair. Put him to 3. It'd be really fun. I think that would give standard hero players a reason to play Destiny draw like me, but no, not mandatory, obviously. So very important. You want to get him to the graveyard immediately, as soon as you can. The newer Destiny hero Denier, very, very important. He's looking like a boy, I don't know, Elton John over there in his prime or something like that. Level 3 warrior, dark. Very interesting effect. Now, the Destiny heroes are very technical. Well, before we go over the entire overview of them, like I kind of started out. That was just the intro. Let's just get into his effect really quick before I go into like their overview. We want to cover all of them for you guys. So what he does is, if this card is normal or special summon, so believe it or not, because he's rarely normal summon, believe it or not, but his effect does trigger on a normal summon as well. You can take a Destiny Hero monster in your deck, your graveyard, or even Banish Zone and place it to the top of your deck, which was kind of a weird effect when we first, because all of the Destiny Heroes are weird. Most of them are very weird. They're not straightforward. That's the issue with Destiny Heroes, the Destiny Hero archetype. I'm going to elaborate more on that just a bit later, but yeah, they're very weird, very technical, very niche, very just trippy, their effects. They work in broken ways that no other cards do. But yeah, he's able to do that on summon, and then, but his most important effect that we all love, we all come to know, if you control once per duel, if you control a Destiny Hero monster on the field and or in the graveyard other than himself, special summon him. Insane. Once per duel, and that effect is once per turn to spin to the top of the deck. Or usually you're gonna spin your malicious that's banished right onto the top of the deck, and then you can use the malicious again from the deck, and then boom, summon the other one. So that's just a quick demonstration without really going into combo or anything like that. But level 3 Destiny Hero, very important. The next Destiny Hero, the main core Destiny Hero that you're going to be playing is Destiny Hero Plasma. We all know that this card is old. We're talking about old. I think this card came out like 2007. Old. So, you guys aren't familiar with what he does. We're still going to go over that. He cannot be normal summon or special summon or set. You have to tribute 3 monsters from now. I was thinking, I don't know for New Flame Wingman, I think he says Elemental Hero. He can only summon or can he summon a hero from the deck? But if he was level 7, I think this could have been a target for the new Elemental Hero. That would have been crazy if he was level 7, but he's not. But you have to tribute 3 monsters, any 3, even tokens, face down, face up, whatever, to special summon them from the hand. Then, as long as he's face up on the field, it's continuous, it's not a trigger. It's one-sided skill drain. Face-up monsters your opponent controls, their effects are negated. So that's the most insane effect. And then you can target 1 card. It is non-removal targeting. Target 1 monster that your opponent controls, face down or face up, and equip it to itself. And if it's face up, then it gains half of its original attack that has equipped to it if it's face up. But you can also take face downs. So again, a game ender. Really, he works off of these 2 as tribute fodder, the easiest. So there is that. Game ender, very important, especially with D-Force, but I'm not gonna really too much go over that because I would not consider it mandatory in Hero, but it is very good in Hero. D-Force, it is your choice to play that. So yeah, he shuts a lot of BS down, especially in the right matchup. And they're mostly monster oriented base. He shuts down so much that they can't get through. It's just insane. Even without a D-Force, he shuts down so much. He's so good. He plays through Dimension Barrier. He's just crazy, Destiny Hero Plasma. And he's mandatory. He's absolutely mandatory. Speaking of mandatory, the next one that you really should play, if you are not counting on it, the more confusing one that I'm very happy to bring to light for heroes. I'm very happy rolling in Destiny Hero Dark Angel. I sat when this card came out years ago. I sat for years and pondered on this guy. What the hell to do with him? I sat and pondered for years. That wasn't until our Lord and Savior, the DPE came out, and that changed everything. And that he is the one who glued everything together. But we're making our way to him. Destiny Hero Dark Angel. He's a level. He's a level 1. Today there's something wrong with my throat, so guys are gonna have to excuse me on that. I'm gonna be coughing throughout the video, so excuse me. And I don't want to have to keep stopping the video. I don't have time to do that. But yeah, so level 1, Dark Warrior. If you have 3 Destiny Hero monsters or more in your graveyard, you can discard him from your hand for cost. Target a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard. It doesn't just have to be himself, and special summon it to the opponent's side of the field in defense position. So that's that effect. Then his other effect is, as long as he remains face up on the field as a continuous effect, he will negate the activation and destroy a spell card if the user, the controller of this card, activates it, even if it didn't have an effect. Let's say you activate something that doesn't have an immediate effect, he's still gonna pop it and destroy it, negate and destroy it. Just cause, even if it's a pendulum, he's gonna negate and destroy it. He's very powerful. And the problem was, back then, it was just so hard to bring him out and get him onto the field and make him work. It just didn't make any sense back then, but now it makes all the sense. He's pretty much set play. And then also his other niche effect, which I did use. I used a lot. I used a lot for his OTK, believe it or not. I used him to search Fusion Destiny when Fusion Destiny was put down on like 2. What he did was, you banish a Destiny Hero monster and himself from the graveyard during your standby phase to place a, just like the Denier. This is why they're weird and technical, man. Just weird and niche, and these guys don't work like anything else in the card game. Take a normal spell card in your deck, something like a Fusion Destiny, both players, and place it at the top of the decks. So then from there you can kind of do your manipulation from there. It came off as very gimmicky, until I found out that you can literally, the follow-up is, you search a Fusion Destiny and then you use your Miracle Fusion, you use this effect and another Destiny Hero monster, banish them, place Fusion Destiny to the top of the deck. Then you use Miracle Fusion in your main phase to banish the Liquid Soldier and another Destiny Hero monster, and then that Liquid Soldier would trigger, and you drew the Fusion Destiny that you put to the top of your deck, and then you just take him out from there. And that's how you use that effect, or that's how I used it. That's why I would play 3 of these with 3 Destiny draws. It was that engine. It was an engine that just went into itself. It was an engine that I created that went into itself. When Branded Despia was newer, and it was heavier back in the day, about a year ago. 3 of those 3 Destiny draws, just so I get a chance of getting that effect off. It was kind of crazy. So that's why I played 3. It was really cool, really fun. And then finally, let's go ahead and make way for It's Me, DPE. Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. We went over him in the last video, but of course we go over him again, and we see his predecessor above, the OG E-Hero Phoenix Enforcer. And to those of you, just really quickly, just a side little quick tangent, those of you who calling me out for saying that a lot of my builds are not Destiny Hero builds, well, they are Destiny Hero builds. And the first Destiny Hero monster that Astro Phoenix summoned was the Elemental Hero, the Phoenix Enforcer. He's an E-Hero. You can't play D heroes without E heroes, and you can't pronounce D without the E. Yes, so get off my case about saying that my decks are not Destiny Hero, because they are. Especially if you're playing Dreadmaster, Diamond Dude, and 3 Destiny draws. That is a Destiny Hero deck. We'll get more on that towards the end of the video. But, sorry, goofy side tangent aside. The Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer level 8, most important Destiny Hero monster. He glues everything together. He's literally the one that makes Fusion Destiny really good too, because our main target used to be just Dystopia, Dangerous, and the Dominance, which I'll probably go over Dominance towards the end of the video, because we don't want to get too long. But what he does is continuous effect. He takes level 6 or a higher hero monster plus a Destiny Hero name. Level 8 warrior. He gains 200. Your opponent loses 200 attack for each hero in your graveyard. Then quick effect, target. He doesn't target, but he's non-targeting. Quick effect, destroy 1 card on my side of the field first, and then any card on the field, including my own. But obviously, you want to usually choose your opponent, unless you're in some sort of setup situation. Destroy them. And then after that, he's just so good. Then if this card is destroyed by either a battle or a card effect, you could target. It doesn't target also. Oh my goodness. I want to show you guys a really cool application that you can do with him. But yeah, you can special summon a Destiny Hero monster in the next standby phase of the next turn, including himself, because he doesn't have to be fusion summoned at that point anymore, as long as he's fusion summoned successfully the first time. You can also choose him, but usually you're going to choose him. But then there are niche times where you're gonna summon a different Destiny hero like a Denier, which Denier can then trigger again and then loop all over again. So he can loop the Denier, which he can loop himself, which goes into your Cross Crusader, which we already went over him in the last video. I won't go over him in this video. So it's just absolutely crazy there. He's like the head honcho in my opinion. These are boss monsters, yes, but he is the main guy. He glues everything together. Nothing goes without him. And of course, you all know what Fusion Destiny does. And if you don't, go check out the previous video. He just glues. He's just a big web. I look at DPE as just a giant web, even so much that he even put the dominance on the map. He even put Destiny Hero dominance. He's the reason why the Destiny Hero dominance is insane. And he makes Destiny Hero dominance live. And just, if you want to do the extended family of the Destiny heroes, such as Decider, Dreadmaster, Diamond Dude, this is why it's all possible, because of the DPE. So that's a different engine, different video, different time, because these are not in main, but you can go that route, which I really enjoy. And one more thing, since we're also talking about the we're talking about Neos, right? Essentially, it's still a Neos video because, boom, fun fact, you could send your Neos with a Destiny hero monster with Fusion Destiny. And then now you still kind of have a setup with your favorite contact in that way if your wingman is in the graveyard already. So that's really cool. Same with the Miracle Fusion 2. So yeah, the Fusion Destiny easily can set up the Neos because he's a level 6 or higher hero. So I want to really just focus more on general tips. But one little thing that I want to note and tell you guys for fun that you can do. For example, this is a play that I've done several times in the past to my opponent. Let's say my opponent tributed my DPE. I'm going to give you guys a little tip, okay? I'm gonna leave you guys with a little nugget before we tune out here. But let's say they tribute our DPE with Kaiju. That's very popular, and he's gone. He got sent to the graveyard, non-destruction, right? Here's one thing you can do. And you have a late Dark Angel, and you still have your Destiny hero monsters in the graveyard, right? Here's a really cool fun thing that you can do that I've done in the past. So we would bring out a plasma. That's the first thing we would do. We bring out a plasma. We find a way to bring out plasma, right? And then we suck up that, not suck up. That's pause. We absorb an opponent's monster and make sure he's over 21 attack, all right? Next thing we do, we have 3 D heroes in the graveyard. I've been in this situation multiple. It sounds situational, which it kind of is, but I've been in this situation multiple times. So we use our Dark Angel. We have 3 Destiny hero monsters in the graveyard. We use them for cost. Boom. Then we target our DPE and bring it to the opponent's side of the field. I would often do this. I would often have something like a D-Force on my side of the field, which gives me the leeway to do this. This is like very common. I summon it to their side of the field in defense position, and now the plasma has the DPE that they control negated. Usually you don't want to give your opponent a free DPE because they can pop, but you don't want that. But it's negated, so they can't use this. They can trigger this effect, but it's not going to resolve. The DPE attacks the plasma go into battle phase. Plasma go ahead and cleans house and attacks the Phoenix Enforcer. Now the Phoenix Enforcer activates in the graveyard, and then he can, on the your following standby phase, come back again. So these guys have so many different case uses. That's just one example I'm showing you guys. We're already 20 minutes in the video, but that's just one example I'm showing you guys of how the Destiny heroes work, how insane they are, and they require a lot of research. There's even applications I have with Destiny Hero Departed that can be used in the modern deck. If you guys want to see that, if you made it this far to the video, let me know if you guys want to see a crazy Destiny Hero Departed video, because I actually do have it. He has modern applications to modern hero, believe it or not. I just haven't, it's just my spice that I haven't showed off yet. So let me know. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know that you guys like this stuff, that you guys like me to do this style of video, do this content, this kind of content. I think I've caught on to something here. Very excited to keep this style of video up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. There's so much more to come, especially after our boy comes out. Really appreciate you guys, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.